What's good, everybody, and happy Halloween. I'm dressed up today as myself because this is your sports betting brand of record. We like to call it the early edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. All of the odds presented on this show, this brand, are incredible partners at the king of all sportsbooks, BetMGM. Now, from the site and from the show, a really good day at the brand. Our man Buckets, 2-0 yet again. And how about the name at the bottom left, making his first play ever in the history of the show? Coach Phil knocks it out of the park as Jahmyr Gibbs was a beast last night as the Lions covered that 7-point spread to take it down last night. Now, you know every single day is busy here at the brand, but especially on Tuesdays. Later today, 4 p.m. Eastern, our Week 9 NFL mega preview. Me, the maestro, the stoic one, RJ White, break down every single game. And don't forget, this week, the much-anticipated Dolphins-Chiefs live from Germany. But this show, when you say live, worldwide, all around the states, that's exactly what we've got today. Bringing the stars of the show. Snake, you know them, you love them, and on this Tuesday morning, the last day of October 2023, look at who I have today. Zack Attack is here. My man, the Sniper, live from the World Series, is here. The Counselor is here. And the man that today, he just keeps on getting green check marks and gets our 15 seconds. 2-0 Buckets. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. 2-0, and also 3-0 if you want to count our favorite French quarterback, Jared Goff, for going the INT there as well. Nothing but good vibes over here today, Coach. Happy Halloween to everyone. I'm a bit sick, so bear with me if you see me muting and doing this a whole lot. You know why.
Thank you for letting us in on that. As I was driving home last night from wine country, beautiful I-5, you guys know it, straight down the coast, and my phone just keeps blowing up, and it was just one Buckets tweet after another. You all are driving me insane. Stop tweeting me about Buckets. Drives me crazy, especially Sniper. How's that? How's he says it doesn't drive me crazy. How's that hotel room down there in Phoenix, Arizona, Snipes?
It's very nice. It's very nice. Only a couple blocks from Chase Field. Very nice downtown here in Phoenix.
Yeah. You know, that's where I turned heel, SummerSlam 2003. I took it to Shane McMahon with 4 chair shots. One of the great nights of my life. Right where you're at right now.
It would be one of the great nights of my life when I get to do that to Buckets.
4 chair shots to
Yes.
Buckets from the Sniper. Oh, I would love to see the journey to get to that point. All right, we got to jump right in. Marquee matchup time, right where Sniper is today. We're talking game 4. And just like we expected, expect the unexpected. The Rangers continue to be undefeated on the road. So, Sniper, we're starting with you. Here's what the numbers look like, courtesy of BetMGM. It's still even, once again, both teams minus 110, total 9.5. So we can't even fade or follow. What do we do?
So 2 things here, one on each side. This one is a bullpen game, and that favors the Diamondbacks. They have the better bullpen here. But the Rangers are 9-0 on the road in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. They still haven't lost a road game.
Yes.
It's hard to know where to turn here. I think I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks. Not only do they have the better bullpen, but Adolis Garcia looks like he might have had an oblique injury last night. We'll find out more today as the day goes on, but that's a huge, huge piece there in the middle of the Rangers lineup for them possibly to be missing. I'm going to lean toward the Diamondbacks here, but, you know, this one's a toss-up. It's a really tough call.
It really, really is. So 1 for the Diamondbacks, kind of a lean, not super, super confident. So Zack Attack, live from Las Vegas. Where are we going on this one, sir?
On this one, I didn't want to go with the side. I'm going to look at the total and look at the over 9.5 runs bullpen game, as Sniper just mentioned. I think the Rangers can sense that opportunity today to get 3-1 in this series, chance to close out tomorrow. Just 4 runs over their last 2 games, so I think they can pick it up offensively. I'd be comfortable isolating their team total, and then I don't want to rule out the Diamondbacks either. They have that knack of being able to come back and staying in series. So I think we're going to see runs tonight, and I like the over on 9.5.
I honestly thought, Zach, that the over was a play last night when Max Scherzer went down live with that back injury. I was like, but their bullpen was amazing. The entire night, they could not hit that Texas bullpen. Counselor, let me come to you. Interesting take from Zach. He doesn't want any part of the side. He'd like to attack the total or a team total. What are you doing?
Interesting call out by James Murphy in the chat too. Evan Carter plus 1,400, he says, for MVP. Well, if you watched the show before the World Series, you know that I had Evan Carter plus 1,600 to MVP. I also bet him most hits, so hopefully that was at like plus 1,100. So hopefully that comes in. I'm going to go first 5 here as a lean to the Texas Rangers. Listen, I don't want to get deep into the Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen for obvious reasons. Adolis Garcia, it does trouble me a little bit. I personally don't think he's going to play. I'm really just speculating there. No positive word on that, but I'm going to go with the Rangers first 5. I hate betting trends. I think trends are largely ridiculous, but the Rangers away from home, I mean, they are just so comfortable. I think the bats are going to start coming around with or without Adolis Garcia. I don't know that I believe in Mantiply. I certainly don't necessarily believe in Heaney either. All things being equal, the Rangers are the better team. They're the better road team. I'll take the first 5 there. It's like minus 110.
Great analysis from all three. Take that information. They gave all 3 different things. That's what we tell all the time. You got to watch this show live. You have to watch this show live. Also, my entire crew is other places live. We love downloading the CBS Sports app. Hit that little thing up there in the corner. And what is it? CBS Sports HQ.
We need the sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
Oh, all the time. Now, you guys have been amazing. When I say into the thousands now, it's into the thousands. But we need more because we're heading towards 2024. We've got so many fun things in store for you between us and BetMGM. But right here, right now, new BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets regardless of your wager's outcome with bonus code EDGE200. That is EDGE200. All right, Buckets, I'm coming over to you because the one thing lately that we've been able to count on is about halfway through the day, we get a tweet or we get a notification that you've hit yet another soccer play. It's almost getting to be ridiculous. But let's stay on this heater. Today, not a busy day, but we do have something. Start us off.
Coach, this is one of the days in the soccer world where you want to be very, very careful because this is a cup day, which means we do have a lot of matches. But to be honest, not a lot of these matches have a lot of value here. Cup matches are extremely difficult to bet on because, frankly, we don't know which teams care. Some teams care a whole lot about winning cup competitions, while some teams, a lot of the bigger teams, don't really care at all. And some of them even purposely lose their cup matches so they can focus on things like Champions League, Europa League, or domestic competitions. So we do always have to be very careful. And the one piece of advice that I give everybody here is do not bet on player props until you see lineups because we have no idea who is starting. I was still able to find us one play here, though, in the EFL Cup, which is the English Cup, and a matchup between Exeter City and Middlesbrough. And this is still one that's a bit difficult because there's been so much line movement here. Last night, Middlesbrough team total over 1.5 was minus 125. This morning, it's minus 210. So obviously, we can't play that anymore. But what we can do is do a same game parlay of Middlesbrough money line plus over 1.5 to get that juice back down to playable minus 125. Exeter City is a tier 3 English club who are fine. Nothing great, nothing special. Middlesbrough, on the other hand, are a championship team who is on an absolute heater. And the reason we saw that line movement is because their manager said this morning that they care a whole lot about EFL Cup and they will not be rotating their starters. So this is the kind of stuff you want to look for when you're finding value in cup matches.
I tell you what, it's exactly what I look for, Buckets. Hashtag next level soccer capper, you and I. You know what I mean? By the way, Tone in the chat says, I am sleeping so hard. I got to start taking Buckets soccer plays. I've been in denial. Tone, we all have. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. You know what I mean? Bradley says, listen to Buckets. He's being 100. I almost can't even take it anymore. So, see you, Nejad, I'm going to come to you because whenever I need to just calm down, let my nerves calm down because the chat literally loses their mind, this is the point of the show. I can always come to 1B. I can always come to NBA SIA to get right. You're up.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're going to showcase NBA See It today, and it's not something I expected to do. Full disclosure, I expected to have a action play tonight. I had a play I was considering taking, but I just came off of it. We'll see if the line moves there, and maybe I'll be back on and I'll tweet it out or put it on SportsLine. But I'm going with the Magic here, +7 at the Clippers. Now, the Magic are on a back-to-back here, and so that's usually never good. But good news, they get to play in the same building, same hotel, all those things. Because yesterday or last night, they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. They play the Clippers tonight. What's really interesting about that, for those of you that woke up and came right to this show, that's awesome. But you might have missed the news that James Harden got traded to the Clippers along with PJ Tucker. A few role players left the Clippers. We're talking Covington, Batum, KJ Martin. They're all going to Philadelphia. So what does that mean? That means a team that's already kind of banged up. Batum banged up. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight. Terrence Mann likely out tonight. They don't have a lot of their role players. So they're playing the Orlando Magic, who, again, are on a back-to-back, but they've got their full roster, and they're coming in getting 7 points against a Clippers team that's depleted in part because of injuries and in part because of this trade. Oh, and by the way, their next game is against the Lakers. Probably a look-ahead spot there. Let's get all our guys in and be really good for that game. James Harden likely playing that game, not this particular game. So I just think it's too many points. It's a really good spot for the Orlando Magic. Give me the +7.
I personally, as a person that gets all the local LA channels here in California, I love this trade because I'm going to get to see story after story after story of him ruining yet another NBA franchise.
Yes.
While we cash tickets tonight against him. What a next level spot from the counselor. Are you kidding me right now? Now, you know, here at CBS, we got all the sports. And now as I look at it, Buckets is spreading the wealth. He called the bosses and said, we need a new promo on the show. And what is it? Snake.
An NWSL semifinal Sunday you'll never forget, with an icon leading the Shield winners against a legend who's hanging up her boots, and a budding star looking for back-to-back championships against a squad determined to give their captain a grand finale. All on CBS Sports Network.
One last chance to see some legends this weekend on Sunday, CBS Sports Network. Can't wait for that NWSL. Now, we got 2 big plays today from SportsLine itself. We're going to go to the NHL. You're always asking about NHL picks. Well, simulations say this. Canucks, money line at -137. You want to see all the sims? Become a SportsLine member. Also, guess what happens tonight? We talked about it last week, and embarrassingly enough, most of the crew didn't know that Maction was in addition to something else, but that's okay. I've dealt with that. So tonight, we're going to go Northern Illinois, Central Michigan, over 45.5. Again, this is what our sims say. And if you're a SportsLine member, you would know that. But if you're not, I'll do you a solid right here, right now. I'm going to give you 60% off the quarterly plan. Use a QR code, sportsline.com/join. It's the quarterly plan, that 3-month counselor. How about a little bonus take? Because I know you were looking at the college game very, very closely today. Yes?
I was looking at Central Michigan. Now, I'll tell you, this is one of those games where a lot of people, they don't really know what to do with this game. NIU visiting Central Michigan. This line started at 3. It's grown now to 5.5. It wouldn't surprise me if it touched 6. With these small-time games with kind of smaller markets, and people really haven't seen these Maction teams yet because Maction's debuting tonight, I think you get involved with a lot of groupthink here. And I'm not necessarily being critical of that, but you don't get a lot of sort of isolated takes with their own sort of in-depth research. And I think that's part of the reason we're seeing this NIU line grow. I was actually leaning towards Central Michigan first half at +3.5. It's +3.5 in certain markets. It was +2.5 earlier. I think it could grow to +4. And in that case, I would actually consider it. Let's be really clear, though. NIU is definitely the better team. They have the better quarterback, the more talent at the running back position. Ontario Brown, Gavin Williams, solid. They have Rudolph at the wide receiver position. They are the better team. But if you look at how Central Michigan has played, they've actually been pretty good against non-conference teams like South Alabama, who they beat. That's a very good team. They stayed kind of close to Notre Dame. They've also played Michigan State. I say stayed close to Notre Dame, at least in the first half they did. So I think they're actually a better team than people think. They're outclassed on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I think that's going to take hold in this cold weather environment in the second half more than the first half, which is why I was leaning Central Michigan +3.5. I'm just going to wait this one out, though. Maybe it touches 4 and I take that. But again, it wasn't something I was willing to put out there because I didn't feel like I had enough information. I didn't feel like the line was corrected enough. If it hits +4, though, I'll probably be in.
I've never heard such a detailed analysis of a Tuesday MAC game. So I'll ask all of you one very simple question. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus play because that's what I do. I'm a giver for all of you. At SportsLine right now, Buffalo, Toledo, the other MACtion game tonight. The play is a B play, over 50.5, and our Sims say they'll score 61 tonight. So if you want some fun, maybe you play a couple of overs there. A little bonus play for you if you're not a SportsLine member. And if you're not, what are you doing? Now, Zack Attack, I'm coming to you. Because tonight there are 3 games on the NBA slate. Kind of Thursdays have turned into Tuesdays in the NBA. It's the TNT night or NBA TV night, whatever it is. But only 3 games. And in New York, they're hoping, they're pleading, they want to have a really good season. But you got to win games like tonight. What do you got?
Yeah, I think I'll side with the small favorite here in the New York Knicks -2.5 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look, both these teams not off to the best of starts, but it's still early in the season. Both of them just 1-2. But you look at the Cavaliers, they could be easily 0-3 if it was not for that game winner in Game 1 by Donovan Mitchell against the Brooklyn Nets. I think you also have to factor in last year's postseason series where the Knicks completely dismantled this Cleveland Cavaliers team, winning that series 4-1. So I'm going to give the upper hand to the New York Knicks here early in the season, but we're seeing a different type of Cleveland Cavaliers team that's wanting to score more, which they are doing with Max Strus. He's playing really well, but their defense is lacking. Last year, they were number 1 in the NBA, only giving them 106 points per game. This season, it's all the way up to 115 points per game. So I think the Knicks get that upper hand here, and the Cavaliers lose their 3rd straight home game to start the season.
So we have a play on the Knicks. We have a play on the Magic. Just one other game tonight. And if you have the NBA League Pass, you'll want to watch that one. Our simulations have the Spurs and the Suns. The Suns covering the 7.5, winning by 14. But the Spurs have that new freak. And I say freak in the best possible way. This kid is unbelievable. If you haven't seen Wemby play yet, you got to tune into the Spurs. Incredible. 7'5", and the dude can shoot threes. Bananas. All right, Snipes, we made you get out of bed this morning in the desert. We made you get the lighting right down there in whatever hotel you're staying in. But we get to this right here, the drama. All right, I'm kidding. What do we got this morning? Bring us
I
over.
don't know. Did I actually get the lighting right? I just kind of
You did. You
one
look
light
great.
on it. Is
You
it
look
okay?
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard to know. Okay. So anyway, here's the deal with tonight. It is a bullpen game, as we mentioned earlier. I don't think anybody on the Rangers is going to throw more than 2 innings. On the Diamondbacks, we probably won't even see anybody go 2 innings. So it's really hard to handicap. It's really hard to dive into the numbers and see what's going to happen here. So you just basically have to go on gut feeling. And my first gut feeling was Corey Seager because he hit the bomb last night. He's been so good in the playoffs. He has 18 home runs now in his career in the postseason. The only shortstop in history with more postseason home runs is Derek Jeter. Wow. Fun fact. But the over hits plus runs plus RBIs for Seager was 2.5, and I thought that was a little big. So I'm going right behind Corey Seager in the lineup. I'm going to go with Evan Carter here. Couple hits last night, 333 average so far in the playoffs. He was in Double-A in late August. Just got promoted to AAA, only played 8 games. Adolis Garcia got hurt, and then Evan Carter got promoted to the majors. He's been unbelievable ever since. A really big piece in this Rangers lineup. A little serendipity there with Garcia getting hurt, Carter getting brought up. Now Garcia's hurt again. Don't know if he's going to play tonight. Hopefully he does. That would help us because either Carter will be in the 4-hole right behind Garcia. Maybe we'll have an extra guy to hit in, or he'll be in the 3-hole with Garcia behind him, a little protection. Either way, I like Evan Carter tonight. Again, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. I like Seager, but the 2.5 was a little high for me. Either way, I believe the Rangers offense is going to come through tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun to find out. And can they keep that undefeated road record, which is really that's a crazy stat, right? To never lose on the road. By the way,
on the road.
I'll come to you just a second. See ya. By the way, in the chat, I say one thing, and of course they run with it. What is your hotel of choice, Sniper? Everybody's wondering. They say you're a Motel 6 kind of guy.
No, that's buckets. I have money at least.
I don't. My problem, snipers. I don't even know if that's an insult or not. Do we not like Motel 6?
Bless your heart.
Well, they take cash. They take cash at Motel 6.
I'm at the Courtyard Marriott in downtown Phoenix, which is
Courtyard Marriott.
The party at the pay window is that way. As is Footsteps Arena, which by the way is a really weird name for a Footsteps Arena where the Suns play, and then Chase Field's right next to that.
It has changed 1,000 times over the years, the name of the arena. All right, Counselor, what do you got, big boy?
What I got is when I took the Virginia bar some time ago, I actually, the hotel we were all supposed to book in Roanoke, Virginia was sold out because it took me forever to book it. So I ended up staying at a Holiday Inn Express. And by the way, I aced that bar exam, 2 for 2 in bar exams, aced the Florida one too. But my point is that Holiday Inn Express thing, that's a real thing. I walked out of that bar exam, 12 hours, absolutely strutting. Seriously, Holiday Inn Express. They're not a sponsor, but shout out to them. But what I really wanted to say, Coach, was there were some people, I might have caused some confusion with that Central Michigan line because I said if it touches 4, I was talking about the first half. The whole context of that was a first half bet. So some people in the chat were saying +5.5, +6. One last thing, David Taylor, I am very sorry. He was in my FFT DFS contest. I accidentally made it last week for winner take all. So one person won almost $1,000. My bad. It won't happen again. I'm sorry you missed out on a few bucks. That's totally on me. Please keep doing the contest.
I love how people, and this is just a human trait, we love to blame other people. Instead of owning things ourselves, we love to blame other people.
And I'll totally own that it's actually Footprint Arena, not Footsteps, as the chat points out to me. So I totally botched that. I messed it up. Thank you, chat, for correcting me.
The chat will always make things right. The chat's amazing, except you guys are very lazy. You can literally type 10 different things, but you won't hit the like button. Hit the like button for me, please. You guys have no idea how much it helps our show grow, especially right now. We've got big plans, but we need your help. All right. I think this is all the damage we can do. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here's a recap courtesy of my man, the Snake. Always on the 1s and the 2s. See Nejad, the Counselor. He's on the Magic tonight, +7. Great analysis. The Clippers in the middle of a trade today. All the headlines are on the trade, not on the game. That's where we sneak in and cash that ticket, getting 7 points. Then buckets, 1 play today. And the word was careful if you're betting soccer today. We're going Middlesbrough, money line, over 1.5. What makes this so smart is this kind of covers you if the other team manages to sneak one in. When you play -1 or -1.5, it's very difficult. This, 2-0 wins, 2-1 wins, 3-1 wins, really smart. A great way to bring the number down. Then the sniper, 1 play from the desert, Evan Carter. Let's go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I encourage you throughout the day, there'll be plenty more picks on this game at SportsLine. Then Zack Attack, 1 play from the 3 NBA games tonight. We're going to go Knicks on the road, -2.5 in Cleveland to take down the Cavs. Then 2 plays from SportsLine itself. NHL, Canucks, money line, -137. And then Maction tonight, Northern Illinois, Central Michigan, over 45.5. Let's just root for points in that game and the Buffalo game. And one more reminder, later today, 4 p.m. Eastern time, it's our Week 9. Hard to believe that we've arrived in Week 9, but we have me, the maestro, the stoic one, RJ White, break down every single game on the slate this week. Today at 4 p.m., same channel. Turn on your notifications. But with all that being said, pay it forward today. Be kind to one another. You have some friends that are a little bit lost, looking for someplace to come and be included. Bring them right here. It's a great way to start your day. And remember, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, level! Zack Attack, Counselor, Buckets, and my man, the Sniper, on the road today. Don't forget about the Snake, always making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Have a great day. Have a great day. Let's cash those tickets. Let's go from the early edge. Good luck.